Congressman Eric Swalwell. He's a Democrat from California. Congressman, thanks so much for sharing your afternoon with us. Do you expect that James Comey is going to be charged for lying to Congress?
I hope not. I hope that there's still people of honor and integrity at the Department of Justice who understand what it means if you do this. And by the way, the president's saying he has no control here. He has all of the control here. He's the one who has been tweeting to the Attorney General that Comey needs to be indicted. He's the one that fired the U.S. Attorney who would not indict Comey. And so this is a very, very corrupt, corrosive act that the president is taking. And what I would just say to any prosecutor at the Department of Justice is it's not going away. As a member of the Judiciary Committee, I promise you, when Democrats are in the majority, we are going to look at all of this. And there will be accountability, and bar licenses will be at stake in your local jurisdiction if you are corruptly indicting people where you cannot prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt.
A number of stories are overlapping here as we await an update from officials in Dallas over what investigators have told us preliminary evidence shows was a politically motivated crime. You recently posted about Attorney General Bondi, specifically that she's refused to prosecute multiple death threats against you and your family. I wonder if you could share with us who you want her to prosecute and why.
Well, we get death threats every day. And I will first say the Attorney General called me after I posted that tweet and asked me which cases I was referring to. And I sent over to her 2 cases that had been recently declined. And she asked if she could take a moment to re-examine those. And as I had sent that over, a new fresh death threat with specificity toward me and my family came in. And so we are hoping that these are taken seriously and that regardless of political affiliation, that the Attorney General looks at these. And I also just want to say in the harshest way that I condone, that I condemn, that I absolutely condemn what happened at Dallas yesterday. That's awful. That's not how we conduct ourselves in America, and that political violence cannot be tolerated, period.
Getting back to the question of the weaponization of DOJ, what critics have described as the weaponization of DOJ, we hear that senior leadership there is pushing for charges against another Donald Trump critic in his former NSA advisor, John Bolton, NSC advisor, I should say, John Bolton. Are you concerned that down the road you may be prosecuted for your criticisms of this White House?
I'm ready for it. I fully expect it. Kash Patel wrote a book where he identified 60 individuals who are his enemies. He called them government gangsters. He put me at the very top alongside Adam Schiff. Is the 2 worst. And so Adam Schiff is under investigation now. So I'm ready for it. I expect it. But I'm not going to flinch. I'm not hiding under the bed. I'm not going to shrink, because that's the aim. That's why they do this, is they hope that dissent and oversight goes away. And if I shrink and if Adam Schiff shrinks, then why wouldn't everyday Americans shrink? And so I'm not going away. And they can come at me, but it's not going to silence me, and it's not going to stop me from working every day to put Democrats in the majority so we can finally pump the brakes on the corruption we're seeing in this administration.
Amid all of this, Congressman, we're also watching a looming government shutdown. Democrats say that they won't vote to fund the government unless health care changes are included, like extending enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies that are set to expire. I want to play some sound for you now from Majority Leader Thune.
This is not the time or the place to do this. This is a program that needs reform, but I think everybody is willing to sit down and talk about how to make that happen in a context where it should be discussed, not as a hostage to keep the government open.
Congressman, what's your reaction?
This is exactly the time and place to do this. I don't know if Senator Thune has to worry about his family's health care, but with 3 little kids, I do, and my constituents do, and we're going into open enrollment for anyone who has private health insurance. And because of the big, brutal bill and the threat of subsidies going away and Medicare funding being cut and rural hospitals being cut, insurance is expected to go up for most families. So we have an opportunity here to cancel the cuts, to lower the cost, to save our health care. And that's what Democrats are asking. I'd also just say, Boris, we're also asking to just sit down and negotiate with the president, because they can't fund their government without negotiating with Democrats. And when that was scheduled, Donald Trump immediately walked away. And so that's not serving the American people who are counting on us to look out for them, keep the government open, and protect their health care. So Donald Trump should come back to the negotiating table.
Congressman Eric Swalwell, we have to leave the conversation there. Please keep us updated on those potential investigations into the death threats.